Hi, everybody. My name is Lacy Hart, and I want to say thank you so much for being here. And I'm so excited to introduce my friend and a peer and a wonderful healer, a wonderful teacher. She's wonderful in all the ways. Erin, our beautiful Erin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Erin Kosher of the Lightworker Development School, and it is my absolute joy to be doing these weekly training sessions with Lacy Hart of Spiritual Grace. Between us, we have more decades than you want to know of knowledge, experience that we want to share. We are all about that, and I do want to thank you for taking the time to be here with us today to watch these videos. It really is our mission and our passion to empower, educate, and enlighten. So thank you very much.
Thank you all for being here. And today we're talking about July energies. There's a lot going on in July. And we're going to first hone in on the fact that this is a communication month. This is a number 3. It's a number 7, but it's a communication month with the number 3. And what does that even mean, guys? You think communication, this is communication in all ways, right, Erin? Communication
Yes.
with ourselves, with others, with our inner self, with our guides, with our spirit angels, everything, every part of communication is wrapped up into this. And I want to first touch base on communicating with our intuition. Listening to our intuition, honoring our intuition, allowing our intuition. And there is a difference, and Erin brought this up, and I have to say this because I know some of us struggle with the energy of forgiving and forgiving ourselves, but Erin brought up a good point. It's more about allowing ourselves, right? Allowing ourselves to step out of this different vibration and saying, I honor how I feel. I allow myself to feel it, and I allow myself to shift out of this vibration. And
absolutely. And it's also with the communication, guys. Sometimes you don't realize this, but communication is also, what are you taking in? How is the world communicating with you? What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are the conversations that you're being involved in? Because this is another form of communication. And guess what? All communication affects your energy vibration. It affects your emotions, and emotions literally means energy in motion. So that energy that's going on in you, your vibration, your frequency, where you're falling on the scale, you can literally shift by the words you or sounds you are taking in, or the words and sounds that you are doing within yourself.
I love that. And with that, I'm going to add a point. When you think about what you're taking in, a lot of us don't know this. And this is what's so great about these videos is Erin and I can just share this knowledge, right? Just freely share it and openly. We don't think about sometimes what's going on in the background. You might be somewhere and somebody has on the news, and it's a really segment that really just has no purpose to your life. It doesn't serve you, but you're still taking it in subconsciously because our subconscious mind, I love the way Erin described it, the puppy.
The puppy. The puppy misses nothing, guys. I'm just going to give you a little bit of scientific knowledge real quick about the way your mind works, your brain. So I want you to kind of think of your brain, and then I want you to draw a line, and you've got 7% is the upstairs. That's your CEO, CFO, you know, the big wigs. And then you've got your 93%. Those are the workers. Those are the ones that do it all. You're taking in, there are literally, it's way over 2 billion bits of information going on every second. Your conscious brain is only taking in 7 bits. Your subconscious is taking in the rest, and it is processing it, it's filing it, it's labeling it, and all of that. So yes, you are literally taking in every single second far more than you realize. And we have to make choices. That's our job, is to make choices, make decisions. And it is those choices and those decisions that literally are responsible for how you feel, how you live, how you act, what you do, what you don't do, in every single aspect of your life. And so we can decide if we are going to take in this other stuff around us. I know that there's someone in my household, they love to watch those crime dramas, and they can be really kind of gory. And so I make a decision not to be where I can even subconsciously take in that visual, because I know one of my top learning styles is visual and auditory. So that is really going to hit me. So I can choose not to. Or if someone wants to share a story with me and it's drama filled, I had that happen yesterday. And I know they wanted to do that to get my opinion or my input. But I made a decision beforehand. I was like, you know what? You've already taken care of this, and I don't want this in my psyche.
Yes. And that's okay. That's okay to tell people that. So that's another thing. I want to give everybody permission to allow themselves
to choose what's going in, what's coming out, what's going on in there. And it's literally about allowing. You know, when you open the door to allow, you open the door that is forward facing. Now, a lot of people will use the language with themselves that based on how their filters are set, it's not really empowering. It's actually dragging you down. It's holding you down. So let's use the word forgive. And someone's like, I need to forgive myself. I want you to say that. How does that make you feel? What do you feel? A lot of people have a negative connotation, because if you have to forgive, then there was a transgression, there was pain, there was someone hurt you, or you feel you hurt yourself, or blah, blah, blah. And that's actually, you're feeling bad.
Right.
So you're focusing, you've pulled up this emotion, and that's where you're at. Okay. The minute you realize that's what you did, I want you to stop, take a deep breath, and go, you know what? I allow myself to let this go.
Yes.
I allow myself to leave this moment and move forward. There's no forgive. It's over. It's void. It's null. It's done. I give it no more meaning. And now you are forward moving. And because you're feeling better, that's where the energy takes you. That's one of the reasons why we were talking about the energy of the month of July. When you look at numerology, when you look at astrology and things like that, guys, everything is energy and everything affects. So when you get that information, you know how to move with it, how to allow the energies that are happening to go with it. So you're flowing instead of resisting, because when you're flowing, there's ease, there's joy, and you're moving forward. When you resist, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of frustration. And guess what? This is a 5-year. This year, 2021, is all about moving, changes, action. Here you go. So then I want you to think of each month as being a chapter in this year of pedal to the metal.
Yep.
And this month of July, yes, you have a 7 vibration. But overall is really the 3, and it has to do with communication. What you're saying to yourself, what you're taking in, what you're saying to others, all of this. And so making a decision to be aware of that. And it's like, okay, this is moving fast because it's still a 5. Let me go with it. So just allow yourself to be aware and allow yourself to make choices that are in your best interest.
I'm going to give you guys permission, because I know some of us, we have to have the go. We have to hear, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you're around people who gossip and you say, I just don't want to talk about other people's lives. It's really okay to just say something small like that. It's okay to excuse yourself out of a situation. It's okay to realize that Maybe you're on a little different vibration than the people around you. That's okay. It's okay to acknowledge those things. And it's okay to step away and take a step back and reevaluate things, because awareness is gold. And once you become aware of something, then you can acknowledge it and change it. But you can't change anything until you become aware of it. So you're allowed to become aware of things that don't serve you. And that's part of communicating with your intuition. That's part of allowing your intuition to say, this might not be the right place for you right now. Maybe later you'll align, maybe you won't, but it's okay to listen, and it's okay to allow those feelings to come up. I know a lot of us, me included, when you, like Erin said, with the subliminals, you go places, you hear conversations, you hear music. Even we don't think about music like that, but music is just the same as these gory shows that I don't watch either. You can hear things in music that get stuck in your subconscious mind, and you can almost see that play out in your life. Once you've listened to it enough, you can tell that your frequency's been up or down because of just music. And that doesn't mean you stop listening to music. That doesn't mean that you take any joy out of your life. That just means we change it up a little, and maybe we listen to higher vibrational music. Maybe instead of a rap song that is about whatever it is,
struggle, strife, things like that.
Perfect. Struggles. You listen to something that's like very empowering, something that makes you feel like you're standing in your true power, like you're being your authentic self. You've not done anything different except switch your perspective and allowed your intuition to communicate with you, and you've listened, and that's all you've done. And that's a huge shift all in itself.
Absolutely. I recently did this, and I'm going to share. I have a favorite Pandora station.
What is it?
And that is my everyday. I listen to it. And then on the weekends, literally, it could be 8 hours going in my head. I love these songs. I love these songs. Rob Thomas and Chris Daughtry and, Imagine Dragons and The Fray, and Lighthouse and blah, blah, blah. Love these songs. Great songs. And then one day, I had recently been with Tony Robbins at a UPW event, and he had a playlist. He calls, to Prime. It's your high vibe playlist. And I was loving a lot of the songs, and I knew almost all of them. And I was like, I love this song. I love this song. And so then I was listening to my Pandora one day, and I noticed a theme. I allowed myself to say, okay, I love these songs. They're very different from this other music that I was just listening to for the 4 days in the event. And I noticed the songs they were deeply emoting about, she left me, I need to fix this, there's this going on, there's that. Or because I'm a researcher, I look up not just the lyrics, but why they wrote it, what the real meaning is. So I knew with this one Matchbox 20 song that while it was great, but the story behind it was his mother's struggle with cancer. Or I knew the story behind this, How to Save a Life, was about someone who committed. So when I realized, I was like, yes, I love this music, but what am I marinating in?
Yes.
So I went and I started with songs that I had written down during the event. And then I just started finding more and more songs like that. And I call it my peak steak list. And so I have been listening to that. I do my Pandora like once a week for just a couple of hours, but the overload now is this other music and the words and everything that is very uplifting. So I had to make a choice. And you said a very powerful thing, Lace. You said struggle. And I'm going to tell you guys what struggle is. And I'm going to be honest, you may not like what I'm about to say. I'm going to be honest also and tell you I'm going to say it anyway, because you need to hear it. Yes. It's very liberating if you allow yourself to hear this. Struggle is actually stubbornness. You are stubbornly holding on to a story, or you are stubbornly holding on to an emotion, or you are stubbornly holding on to something rather than letting that go. That's what struggle is. I want you to think of a tug of war, right? Even as a game, you're somewhere and you're playing tug of war with someone. You're only playing tug of war. You're only struggling if you keep holding on to the rope.
Yep.
So when you stop and allow yourself to realize that, and then ask yourself, what am I holding on to? What other possibility can I do right now today that ends the struggle? And believe it or not, remember I told you the brain is taking in billions of bits per second. Like I can't even do the math. It's just like whenever in my classes, because I am a board certified clinical hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner, so I understand a lot of not only the metaphysical side. I'm a psychic medium my whole life and a Reiki master as well. But now when you apply the science so that all of you is working together, you allow yourself to go with the flow, use what you've got. When you ask yourself over and over, what else is possible? What else can I do? Yes. You are allowing yourself to be open to possibilities. You're also subconsciously telling yourself, I'll let go of the rope and I will reach for something better. So if you find yourself struggling, and sometimes that struggle is I need to let go of thinking I need to do it on my own. Maybe it's time to reach out and be open and allow someone to come in and help me.
I love that.
So yeah.
I absolutely love that. And I think that sometimes just as humans, right, we get so caught up in our day-to-day life that we forget that we are allowed to ask for help. And I love that you brought that up because, and we all come from a different place. And the Miranda Lambert song, "It Takes All Kinds of Kinds," that's what that makes me think about when I think about the world. It takes all kinds of kinds to make this world go round. None of us are the same. But you're allowed to put the burden down that you have to do it by yourself, and you are allowed to just say, I need more than this. And you don't have to tell anybody. You can just declare that to yourself and liberate yourself of the chains that you've put on yourself and free yourself. And I know that sounds very woo woo, but it's real. Erin just helped me allow myself yesterday to have a moment where I wanted my day to go one way and it wasn't going that way. And I was getting a little flustered because I had a list, A to Z, I wanted to get done. And it just couldn't. And I had to do mom stuff on top of work stuff, and I couldn't get it all done. And Erin said, hey, take a deep breath and allow yourself to flow with this day because you're trying to force it. And I thought, I allow myself. And guess what? As soon as I did, she felt it. The whole energy of me switched. And my kids calmed down. Everything calmed down in the house because
there was no more resistance.
Yes,
you were stubbornly holding on to the way you wanted that day to go, even though the energy and the flow of the day was telling you, nah, it's not happening that way. And my day was like that too. So I allowed myself to just go with the flow. And I literally said, this is just the one thing I'm going to get done today. Yes. That's it. And then I'm going to celebrate I got that done. And I'm going to go with it rather than fight it. And here's the other thing about reaching outside of yourself for assistance. Like you said, we are not all identical. We are not meant to be. Each and every person has a gift, has a value, has a light that is uniquely theirs. The world needs what you individually have to offer. Literally, we are not meant to be identical. If we were identical, everyone would be a mechanic and no one would be a cook.
Right.
No one would be building houses. No one would be a doctor. No one would be this. So no, we are not meant to be the same. We are meant to shine with our individual gifts. And When you allow yourself, okay, because let's be honest, if you think you're supposed to be able to do everything on your own, that's ego.
Yes.
That's ego. And that cuts off the ability for everyone around you to share their gifts and their talents. You're not allowing them to shine. Yes. And so we're spiritual beings. Yes, we're having this human existence. But how would we feel if someone doesn't allow us to shine? So we're actually being very selfish, and we're stubbornly holding on. And here's the thing, guys, when your hands are so busy holding on to this, you can't reach, you can't embrace or hold anything else. So any other blessings, any other miracles, any other joy, if your hands are too full, you're missing out. So you're really just, doing harm for yourself. And collaborative. Here's the thing. We're each a light. Yep. So we're each this beautiful shining flashlight. When you add another flashlight and another flashlight, we become a beacon. Yes. We go through school and they talk about teamwork. They talk about it. But then they negate it. And the word but means whatever I just said that was true, I'm negating it. They're like, you have to excel. You are responsible. You. It's all about you. Okay. So then what happens? We go out into the world after school. We don't really know how to be part of the team.
Yep.
We don't know how to come together and allow each person to shine in their individual way. That's a reason you pick your team. You allow everyone to shine at their part, and you allow them to do their part. You allow them to teach you, but you let them do their thing, and then you can work together. You can't be the whole car. Someone's the wheel, someone's the engine, someone's the steering wheel, okay? And that's how to do it. And in this month of communication, allow yourself to be aware. Who's in my life? Who's got the steering wheel? Who is the tire? Who is my engine? Yes. Or how am I showing up? Am I staying with people that don't allow me to shine? Am I opening myself to saying, hey, I'd like to do this or be this or experience this or know this, and inviting somebody in to help you with that? Because if you're not, it's ego, and you are choosing to stay where you are. And guys, that's the most liberating thing, is when you realize you are the only one responsible for you, no matter where you are, no matter where you go, there you are. Whether you're in the bathroom, another country, a shopping store, it doesn't matter. You are with you 24/7. You are the only one responsible for how you feel, what you do, what you achieve, what you experience. That is your responsibility. That is your choice. Allow yourself to make those choices.
Yes. And allow yourself to be a work in progress, because Erin and I can sit here because we are not perfect. We are a work in progress. And I'm going to share this liberating truth that I learned from Neil deGrasse Tyson last night. I don't know if he's an astrophysicist.
He's phenomenal.
That man makes my heart go, woo. So he said that, and this can be applied in other people's life and knowledge, that we think we know a lot about something until we learn more about it and we realize we don't know anything. Because we can apply that in other people's lives too, because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know their triumphs, what they're overcoming. So we have to allow ourselves to be a work in progress. We have to allow ourselves to get up and say, I'm going to give my best today, even if my best isn't that great.
Someone else's version of
somebody else's version. It's my version of my best. And maybe
that's
my
right.
best is I got
You're
up.
not responsible for what's going on in someone else's head.
Yes. And your best can be as simple as I got up, I made breakfast, I made myself something to eat. I had a healthy, meal. I took a shower and I sat outside and I cleared my mind. And that was the best that I could do at that time. Good job. Thank you for honoring that. Thank you for honoring what you need to do to be your best, because your best is going to look different in every single moment.
Exactly. 100%. And you know what? The day you stop learning, the day you choose to stop learning, and which means growing, is the day you start dying.
Yes.
And I know that sounds melodramatic,
but it's true.
In actuality, it's not. Think of a tree. The moment that tree makes a decision to stop growing, it may take years before you see that the leaves aren't there anymore, but it'll start dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. We are constantly evolving.
Yes.
There is no way to know and learn and be and experience everything on this planet. It's just impossible.
Yes.
It really is. So yeah, just allow yourself to be you, and to just choose to allow the experiences. Choose you. Choose to make the choices that work for you. And communication, using the resources around you to lift you up, to open you up, what you say, because everything you say, the puppy's still listening.
That's exactly right. And we have to wrap it up, and we want to thank you so much. And we are so excited to keep talking on Friday. And I would love to say that all of our links will be in the comments, everything to get in touch with Erin, to get in touch with me. I invite you to reach out with me. I would love to talk with you. My specialty is I help people learn Reiki. I'm a Reiki master too. I'm an energy healer. I am a spiritual mentor, and I help people start healing. I help you start healing problems that are happening now that relate back to inner childhood. I teach you things, and I would love to have a conversation if you are ready to jump in. Erin is an amazing light worker and has this huge list of amazingness that she's going to share with you. So I'm inviting you, if we resonate with you, to reach out. You will have the links, and we would love to have a conversation with you and help you however we can. We are here to serve first and foremost.
Yes, we really are. And that's the other thing. Opening yourself up, allowing a conversation to learn something. This is not about, there is never a conversation where we're saying, let's start with your credit card or whatever. Oh, no, 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 no. We are heart-centered soulpreneurs. It's got to be right. Opening that conversation, asking questions, finding out what your options are. That's what they are. No matter what, we're just going to have a really great conversation and connect. And I love that. At the Lightworker Development School, my specialty, my programs are designed for psychic development, spiritual coaching. I assist in giving you the clarity, the tools, and the confidence to rock your abilities, and to do it in a way where it also ignites you, so that you can have your own successful heart-centered business. I also do have a hypnotherapy program that I have designed where you heal your past, present, and future, and a couple of other things. But again, if you would like to learn more about me, what I do, and how I could possibly help you, please reach out. We will be getting together every Friday to do a half-hour video for you. We welcome your comments. We welcome your feedbacks. We welcome your questions.
Yes.
These videos, our getting together, really is about us coming together with our lights and being of service. This is in our literal DNA and in our soul, and we are so honored to be sharing this with us, and we would love to connect. So please.
And if you're into other things like astrology, numerology, art therapy, we know all the people. We can hook you up with others. We are constantly working with other soulpreneurs. We are a tribe. This is a tribe of women and men who have came together to serve. So if you're interested, reach out to us and we can get you to where you need to be. We are guides.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we have connections with lots of other people who can help you. If this is something in your heart, reach out. We will get you where you need to be. We are so thankful and so much gratitude and love sending to you. And we're so excited to see you next Friday.
Bye, everyone.